Episode number 23, The Lost Paradise. The sky was a cloudless canvas save for one ink splotch. Ever watching, it bathed the ground below in electromagnetism. Prudent, given the old form of communication would decay as it whirred into hyperspace or reached another star. But the messages. Update! Temporal Hannah cut off the communication so she could hear her boots crunch in the soil as she climbed the ridge of the caldera. Technically, there was no need for this survey. The Remnants had claimed the system and her crew had thoroughly reviewed the settlements reclaimed by root and vine. The surviving population was scattered and insignificant. Yet they were not the only inhabitants hostile to the newcomers. Large beasts with mighty tusk lumbered through the food supplies and shrugged off rifle fire. And after nightfall, flyers would swoop down to take the best building supplies back up to their nests. No, this was a land of challenges with a biosphere full of challengers. Hannah smiled. No better place to call home. A red light continued to flash with more updates from the Remnant Nexus about the coming and going slipstreams that Hannah was plenty familiar with. Now at the top of the ridge, she instead focused on the sweeping views of rolling, weather-worn peaks and valley jungles below. She got out the flag from her day pack, dragging her boots through the rocky dirt one more time just to test that this was no illusion. The Remnants and their mysteries could wait. Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to Starsector. Well, after that nice look at our new home, why are we not home? We're actually all the way out here. That's because we were finishing up some missions from before. We have just dropped off whatever it is we just dropped off last time, a bar of soap or something. We do have a gate nearby that we can actually take home, but I want to pop over and explore some of this stuff too. But we do have some housekeeping to do, specifically dragging some stuff back to our colony here, which has been renamed. Let's take a look at it one more time here. It is now Perduto, which is kind of a play on Paradiso, which is paradise, and Perduto, which is lost. So the lost paradise, as it were. Or, I don't know, there's a certain divine comedy floating out there. Surely that wouldn't be a reference. But here we are, slowly building farming. As I said last episode, there are more efficient things to build, but this is a character issue more than anything else. But this planet should be okay, especially given the decivilized subpopulation that lowers the stability a little bit, but will help the population growth. That'll kind of outweigh there. We do have a lot of resources. Obviously, the immunical biosphere is very exciting, and we do have some high gravity that we can deal with. I think this is going to be a good place, and in order for it to be an even better place, we need to bring our crap back home. So we did get a little bit of extra spending money. We do have a little bit of fuel. I forgot what my hotkeys do. Let's go ahead and actually try to check out maybe one or two of these yellow stars just to see what's out there. And then we left this inactive gate last time. We kind of poked our head in and was like, dangerous. But now we're the danger, I guess. Unless we have a vengeance fleet still on our tails. We have plenty of supplies. We have plenty of things that we can drag along. And keep in mind, we still have 2 outposts. There's nothing wrong with us potentially building more outposts. In fact, that is kind of going to be one of the directives going forward here. It's no accident that the Remnants are tracking the slipstreams that are going through here. Maybe it's something that is conceivably random, but maybe it's not. But granted, there is a wide sector here, and it may be the most efficient way, other than the gates, to try to get from point A to point B. So that we will have some business with the corners of the map here in a little while. Maybe a little bit more settling, not necessarily colonization, but at least trying to get footholds from place to place. We do have a watchtower here. This is probably not the friendliest space. And I don't know if there's too much that we actually want to like survey here. So we'll probably just leave before the missiles start firing. Yeah, see, even though the Agni aren't as much of a threat now, there's still plenty of threats to be had. Okie doke. Let's pop in here and see if this is another danger place. Note that we didn't have any warning beacons. That's kind of hilarious. We do have an investigating fleet here. We could probably take out this fleet. Don't know if I want to, but we definitely could. which is good to know that we are on that level of, like, strength here. And it looks like we do have a little bit of a ping over here. Let's see if they're pirates or not. It looks like they're just scavengers, and scavengers like us might be pissed that we're taking their find here, but we do have an orbital habitat. How is our fuel's not great. Our cargo is pretty okay. Let's check out the orbital habitat. It might be a lot of food. It is not as much food as I expected. Also, Star Federation modder blueprint repository. We could sell that to the pirates. Don't know why my voice is squeaking at pirates. Apparently I'm very squeaky today. Or we could trade that in for points. Might be worth it to get some points here. But regardless, we are carrying on. Doesn't look like there's too much else to do here, so let's not poke anybody that need not be poked. And let's move it right along. So in the interim, we've had a bunch of moving and shuffling of different factions, doing different faction-y things. You'll see here that the Hivers going after Asmodeus. I wish I could like do a better like a map view of where our actual like factions are, because the Hivers are making a play while we've been off doing our happy little colonization thing. The Hivers are actually giving everybody else a bad time, and if I do have a concern, it's that the Hivers might decide to they have a colony near here. They had an outpost, and it's entirely possible that they decide, you know what, we're gonna bomb people here. But we'll get there when we get there, or we can stave off the Hivers early. They're just spaceships, right? Maybe, possibly. All right. One more place here. Doesn't look like there's too much to survey. We'll do a quick ping. We got something on the other side of the star. I have a feeling it's just a probe, but she said it's just a probe, but really it could be something that leads us to a mothership. Let's e-burn for fun. It is a minor equipment cache, and it was super minor. So that is what we call a waste of resources. But better to have searched and not found than to have not searched and wondered, I guess. So like I said, this double star system here, we do have a nasty gram beacon here, but this is the one with the gate, I think. I had this pulled up before. So inactive gate, Archimedes star system. Okay, so it's not the double star. It is this one. Well, let's just take a pop down in here. Surely, if the Agni are not super threatening in here, we can have a grand old time. But I have a feeling... Yeah, see, they're neutral. Once again, the Agni are just kind of... They went from being an existential threat to not. We do have a mining station here. I could almost actually go after this, but they're nesting in the mining station. So that probably means I don't want to rip the mining station apart. Let's just follow the rules from last time, and maybe don't take the things that the Agni are trying to love and hold on to. We could potentially perform a survey here. I don't think that's a great idea. So there's no like ruins right now. What we want is the gates. Our monthly expenses still suck, but that'll change. So scan the gate, travel through the gate. And while we do have the Outre, which will take us back home, it would probably be better if we went ahead. Well, let's do this first. No, let's do that second, because we're actually going to need to get some fuel here. If we go down to Dutch Harbor, we should be able to get enough fuel to at least get this moving, because we've got some supplies to move. And maybe some pirates to fight along the way, because these planets are kind of near each other right now. But yeah, so far we have 2 outposts, and both of those outposts are doing all right. it is a nice place to kind of fuel stop. We actually do need to pick up a few more gamma cores just to make sure that we can keep doing outpost here. Could poke that comm relay and make the pirates especially happy. Looks like the independents are going to do that for me. Thanks, Reuters. Nope, they changed their mind. Just as Reuters tend to do. We did have a previous run with the Reuters, and I don't want to make a colony here. That looks terrible. Dutch Harbor. Alright, so they do have fuel. That's good. Let's just buy the regular priced fuel. That'll be fine. I don't care too much about these. Honestly, don't care too much about the luxury goods either. Although Tigris City does kind of want them. Okay. Like I said, for now, my big goal is to get in, get out, and get moving. Let's make sure we don't have... Okay, we don't have anything in storage here, so that's a plus. Let's just fly. Like I said, we're gonna be doing some moving, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Like I said, we don't have to move everything, but this is something where we are gonna have to bust the fleet cap for just a minute here, because one thing I do want to do is to move all of those ships that I've gathered in my hangar to the new place. All right, they're scavengers. They're not unfriendly. Also, this may finally be time for me. I've had a few things that I haven't popped here yet. I don't have like I know one of these I need to be able to sacrifice some ships to the void. I think it's the Arsenal Station, not the Wardwell Laboratory. But not doing that yet. Anyway, if we manage our colony here, we have at cost stuff that we can pay for later. Sure, that's fine. We're gonna need some more fuel. We actually had fuel in storage. That's embarrassing. Okay, well, what are the big things that we need to move first? Probably those, and then we have... You know what's really awesome about doing this is that we are going to attract so many pirates with how valuable our cargo load is. Like, we literally are carrying a space brain around. That's not smart, but you know, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna take all these puppies out, even the Gingis, which, you know, I was starting to think about which one of these ships do I want to actually like build up. We could start thinking about this now. I actually really like this destroyer as well. But I know we have a fuel tank and everything else. Like, this is our big cruiser. This is probably our best potential performer. The Eradicator is just kind of fun. And we paid for this one, the Inazuma. So those are all pretty decent here. Let's go ahead and bring them all in. Like I said, we're just gonna royally screw up everything because we're gonna need some more fuel. So, not fuel. We're gonna need more crew. Maybe we have some crew sitting here. Do we have crew at home? I don't know for sure. But mothball you, mothball you, mothball you, you. Okay, so we're fine on crew for now. I do want to see this though, because we do have some medium guns here and then a shit ton of missiles. This could be really, really good if built out correctly. And we do have some decent missiles available to us. But it's something that's going to take some time. And then obviously we could put gigantic guns here on this cruiser. The Dominator is obviously well known. And then, like I said, I'm really interested in this ship because it looks like just a broken off part of a bigger starship here. But we're gonna start a little bit with this, not just because I stripped it here, but it does have some built-in weapons here. It's energy weapons. Even though it goes into a ballistic hull here, it's fine. Burst size of 4. We have some ballistic turrets that are really big. It's fascinating. And then we have potential for some point defense behind here, or an engineering as well when deployed in combat grants hit point regeneration depending on the hull size. It's fast too, which is nice. Now, once again, we haven't been able to like buy weapons. We're just kind of having to work with what we have. And honestly, some hyper velocity drivers could be pretty good just to start here. Douglas autocannons could be incredibly cute. They have actually pretty good range. I'm honestly thinking about it, although that'd be more for tearing up armor. The Heckborn cannon makes me laugh. Like what we could almost do here is, once again, I'm a big fan of knowing what roles ships have, and we have like a lot of things that'll do really good knocking off shields. Like, for instance, this weapon, really good at knocking down shields. Do we just make this somebody a grinder that's going to go and tear up armor? Or do we kind of go half of one, half of the other here? Put some scrap shops on here, which these are good. And then we put some big heavies on here as well. I think that's what I'm going to start with right now. I know the Star Federation weaponry for a long time was just really, really, really strong. It may still be really, really strong. But yeah, definitely, I am up for suggestions about what to put on here. But even like a Thumper's not bad, honestly. Thunder's a very... Thumper, not Thunder. Thumper's a very underestimated weapon. And Starsector. Yeah. I think, honestly, we can talk a little bit later about what makes a good weapon, what makes a not good weapon. But I think for now, I'm going to try the Douglas autocannons here. I'm going to see how this goes. We have our built-in shit as well. Let's put... We have all these different point defense things that we can do. I like Vulcans on the back. And then if we're doing this and we have a bunch of ballistic and energy stuff, I guess what we could do is arc fault ejector. Violently displacing targets. Range ship depending on the hull size. Ship will also unleash 50% more powerful graviton burst when it's destroyed. That's hilarious. Blast dampener is obviously good for some of these other things. We have a lot of new like stuff to put on here potentially. Projectile based energy weapons have their base range increased. Well, that's not us. I guess for now we could just do the simple integrated targeting unit. And see, we have all these things checked. We can put surveying equipment on it. That seems fun. Some of these things we can't equip because we don't actually like fit here. But it's fine. We're going to still need to put some other stuff on here. But I think for now, okay, reinforced bulkheads. That increases the hull. That's pretty nice. And it makes it so that the ship's almost always recoverable, which is very important because we don't, even though we do have permadeath available, and I've seen some comments about people wondering, well, why would you do that to yourself? That's just very gamey. I mean, part of it is just that we're just trying to build into the spirit of the challenge just a little bit here. But we're going to run a simulation real quick. I don't even remember how many deployment points this is. 20. So we want to take on a 20. Oh my gosh, you know what? We can't do that. We can't do the simulation yet. I love how the simulation's like, we have no combat readiness. We need to put a pilot in here too. So we want somebody with some energy weapons and some ballistic skills as well. And that seems... Let's see, we have gunnery implants. That seems good. Ordnance expertise, systems expertise. Target analysis. I think I like Athena Hughes on this one. Let's put our best officer on our best ship. And then we're gonna just do a quick, not refit, do a quick simulation here. Normally try to do these off camera while I build the ships, but we're just gonna see how this works. And look, we got some really big nasty ships that we can go through, but we're just gonna do a regular old test in case you never see what it looks like when I try to test things here. Let's see if we can take out a hammerhead. First basic test. If I can remember my buttons. That's not my buttons. There we go. ×2 speed. So this is the test to make sure our weapons work. Didn't even check to see what the ability is, but it's maneuvering jets. But we have our Douglas cannons that'll do hard damage here. And we have our scrap shot. So this is really bullying. And the really nice thing is that it's all very low flux, so this can sustain some shit for a while. So let's try something a little deeper here. Probably not a carrier at this point. Let's do one more default test here. Let's test against the Dominator. That we get a back attack on. So nice. But the nice thing about fighting a Dominator is that we totally get to test and see how are we doing with sustained attacks. You can see the flux is suddenly a little bit of a struggle here. This Dominator can take a lot more shots than the Hammerhead too. So the AI is going to kind of run out of here a little bit. And the thing about these kind of tests, and I don't normally test against a Dominator, but the thing about these tests is still that the AI does have some tendencies here. And we're losing flux a little bit. Alright, let me see about this officer here. Is she aggressive or is she neutral? She's steady. Change the officer's elite skills and personality. I think I don't want a steady officer in here. I think I want someone who's aggressive. And we can train her to be aggressive. If we're going to make a skill elite, it's probably going to be target analysis. Maneuvering for capital ships and cruisers. Gunnery implants. ECM rating is nice. Systems expertise. Point defense, no. Helmsmanship. Yeah, let's do target analysis. Oh wow, we're making how many skills elite? How many story points is that going to cost? Well, if we're going to do that, let's do this. Plus 20 flux capacity. That could be good. Gunnery implants. Yeah, that one's not as good. Let's try this. Okay. Did we just use a bunch of story points? We'll find out in a second. No, we didn't. Cool. All right. I still haven't assigned those skills. All right, one more time here with feeling, and we're gonna do a different test. Now that you're more aggressive and not running away, let's do something that is gonna push the envelope a little bit. Let's do it versus a Hiver. Seems like fun. I have no idea how this will go. I've never actually fought this ship before, so we'll see what happens here. But Hivers, not only do they have scary weapons, but they also have not bionic, but they're living beings, so their ships actually will like auto repair their hull damage. So if we're having some trouble sustaining here, and so far it's going like a nice back and forth. And the Douglas is trying to do its thing, so this is going to be really interesting because at this point we're having to deal with the flux, but it looks like this is a build that's able to punch above its weight, at least for now. Because right now we've got all the advantage, actually able to hit the weapon systems pretty hard. Unfortunately, everybody hurts, but still, I call this a successful test. We're gonna see if we can let it finish out here, but then we're gonna work on moving some stuff around. But yeah, if you're ever wondering how I try to build stuff, and if you have, one of the great things about modded weapons is that there's a lot of weapons that if you just look at the numbers, it's like, okay, is this the same? Is there anything that's different about this? What makes these weapons special? There we go. Almost like a clean kill there. I'm a fan. All right. So we got this ship. We have a little bit more cargo room now, so let's see what else we can take home with us here. I don't necessarily know if we're going to need everything, but we do want to try to at least get home some of these weapons and some of these materials. So let's take a little bit of this, take a lot of that. We're not necessarily going to need luxury goods right now. Okay. Took a little bit too much there. So, okay, wrong button. Wrong button. Do we have anything that we can like easily unload? That's fine. Okay, so first run. Back and forth between systems. We actually could be a little bit worried about how far our fuel lets us go. This is the biggest our fleet's been, dragging all these ship corpses with us. Hopefully nobody decides to throw a vengeance fleet at us right now. Although our fleet's a lot stronger now that we actually have a combat cruiser. And you may have noticed that it's been a little while since I've been the pilot. I've been controlling the pilot of the like best ship in my fleet. That may change here in this series. But at least for the time being, it seems like a natural fit for Athena Hughes to be taking on a ship like this, whereas I really like the ability of the Clade to just yeet itself backwards. So that's all well and good. These scavengers are not trying to kill us. I think the gate's on the total other side of the map, so we're just going to go into Solo Nombre. Well, isn't that a sight for sore eyes? Can't say for sure if everything here is a reference to Brigador, but at least we got one. And we've got some unidentified contacts doing unidentified contacts things. Custom production order is done at Perduto, so we will make our way back down to the homeland and see if hopefully the remnants haven't decided to send murder robots to kill everybody on the surface. I probably also need to double check and see what is going on with Midnight Dissonant. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell the blueprints for points. So we'll make a quick stop over there. Try to do some business. Travel through the gate. It's so nice to have our own like land now. And it's going to take a lot of fuel because we got a lot of ships that we're dragging. And if I remember right, we haven't actually claimed a ship from this area, have we? Maybe we have. First off, I gotta actually see where we are. Okay, so Scarab plus base by jungle. So we did get a ship. All right, so we can just burn the rest of those down or something. But yeah, remnants are neutral right now. We want to actually get them to be friendly with us eventually. But once again, the most important thing is that this is a medium beacon with a remnant nexus. So it's not the strongest type of nexus available, but it is a nexus, which the AI is going to have to deal with this. And it looks like this nexus is maintaining orbit with Perduto. I was a little worried about that. We do have a mining station that I can pop as well. But let's start by managing the colony. We've got crew sitting here. We've got our resource stockpiles here. Can go ahead and learn you. We got 500 more crew just waiting in the wings. Let's go ahead and drop the kitties off in the pool. So here we go. Keep a trans spoofer. Keep some drive bubble spikes. Keep some healing items. Just because we haven't needed to use them yet. Oh, I will keep an emergency fuel scoop as well. Tech locator. Not going to do that yet. And we do have our forge templates. As I said before, with the discovery of some of the Remnant systems, having the stuff available, it's a little bit back on the table. So we're going to confirm here. Let's see. I do like that. And I guess I'll take the Reuter Union blueprint here. I do have 2 of these. Like I said, one of the big things is that we're going to have to figure out how we want to do our weapons here, because even though we can't build them ourselves, it looks like there's plenty of people that are happy to build them for us. So that's fine. We already know this one, so we're going to trade in that blueprint. We already know this one. Actually, all these grayed out ones we already know, so that's fine. The Hiver blueprint package, we should be able to trade that in as well. Cool. By the way, if we look back at the colony info real quick, getting rid of the high gravity here, it's going to cost us 600,000. But do we go ahead and do this? Can permanently adjust the gravitational constant in the region. Obviously, the infrastructure is useless without one. Before I do anything stupid, let's make sure I actually put one of those in here. So that's a weather manipulation core. Ugh. I thought that was it. Allows removal of extreme weather. We don't have that. I thought I had one. Like, we can get rid of the tectonic issues. We can get rid of a lot of things, but we can add that to the ground defenses, which is nice. Yeah, hey, maybe I got to do some more exploring just to find the thing. Or this is like Blue's Clues, and y'all are staring at the screen right now being like, Asher, it's right there. It's right there on the screen. Why can't you see it? And I'm just looking around like, is it here? Is it in this corner? Is it in this corner? I don't know. So we do have the technology. We just have to find the parts. However, we definitely do need to build an orbital station. So that's where our money should go first. We're going to build a high-tech one. I mean, the Kesslier name is known for technology, so that's not a surprise. All right. Before I keep going here, 2 more skill points. We are a skill point away from being able to unlock the technology tree here. You know, I probably should have done that first before I elited the officer skills. So let's do target analysis and let's do officer training just to give everybody an extra level. I think that's really strong. All right, and then we can start doing some of the technology stuff, whether it's sensors or otherwise. Okay, cool. So we got to actually drop off our ships. That would be lovely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't have a ton of fuel. That's the other reason to go places. And we do have a few things in storage, but we're going to need to actually carry some more cargo. So this is fine. I could probably even fly lighter than this, but it's okay. You know, we do have a research station here and a mining station. Let's go ahead and just find out what's here. Okay, so midline blueprint package. I think we're just going to go ahead and offer that as well. Okay, logistics score is good. Get some raw materials. And we double tap. I think we just pissed off the locals again. So that's going to be exciting. Neuroconditioning compounds we're just going to sell. We already have a simulation engine. No, we got pinged by everybody, but it doesn't look like they cared too much about that mining station. Alright, so how many NVIDIA computers do I have? I have 2 already. Let's see here. We actually, this does have a hot climate, so this planet is a little bit better for some of the stuff here. But we are, oh god, I can't talk. We are going to sell that. I think we're going to sell a lot of these things. We have a damaged forge template. I don't really need this many logistics cores, but we're going to hold on to them for now. And let's go in the resource stockpiles here. Just put a few things there. Like we're down on stuff. We're down on drugs. Would be a reason to make us a free port here, just so that we can have more drugs. But the stability's not great. Also, open the comm directory here. 3 gains. We're not going to do that. Visit the dockside bar. Okay, first off, our accepted quest here, we have contacts. I guess the contact was already, like, they completed things, so let's see. She completed her build, so it must have just been sitting. Was kind of hoping that she'd stay, but she'll probably reappear a little bit later. All right, it's fine. Let's check out that research station and see if the remnants are like, no touchy, because that is the that's the word. Okay, you burned for that research station. Okay, through our broken equipment, you salvage crews find a semi-functional blueprint database. Selection of cruiser-size hulls. You can download one of them, but only... Would you download a ship? I would. So we already have the Eradicator. We already have one with us. A Halligan cruiser hull, which is cute, low-tech, 26 deployment, front shield. Lots of ballistics. I do like little gunships like this. I think that's good. Tell me about the Shivan. Shivan has large slots, and we have some weapons that we really want to use large slots for. We're getting that. Alright. And maybe it shouldn't be that easy. Oh my gosh, a biofactory embryo. That is amazingly good. That's like exactly what we need for building light industry. Also a beta core, which is excellent. And we double tap so that we don't forget here, and we get even more blueprints, and including an apogee blueprint. You know, I'm a sucker for the apogee. It is my favorite vanilla ship. It's so great to me that you can start with one in the base game. I know it's been like that for a long time, but it is one of my biggest suggestions. And okay, we're just gonna drop this off. Farming's done, ground defenses getting built. Alright, maybe we didn't spend enough money. Shadowy person. Oh my god, Gavril Craig. I am authorized to propose a simple mission for you to carry out. We go over here to PRV, excuse me. No. I know you're a red panda, and that's awesome. A shadowy red panda, no less. But we're not going to do that. Okay. So back to storage with you. We need to learn this blueprint. I almost just was like, we'll sell the Shivan. Okay. This is all fine. Conflict package is actually really good for BPC. So we can sell all of these. Should probably put those metals in the regular supplies, but ooh, why am I coughing? This is fine. I was gonna put up that beta core anyway, so this is fine. Alright. I think we're packed, stacked, and ready to go. Let's visit Midnight Dissonant and see what other trouble we can get into today. Where's our gate? There's our gate. Meanwhile, there's a vengeance fleet flying around somewhere saying, you're cheating by constantly flying, jet setting around like this, and you would be correct. It's not that cheaters never win, it's not that cheaters never prosper, it's that people don't like going against a cheater, but sometimes when everyone else is, you gotta take your own advantage. What is ethics anyway? Okay, hopefully you guys don't care that I have my beacon off. Alright. So we don't have much to trade. I'd love some fuel. Gracias. Don't need too much in supplies right now. That's fine. Alright, let's see what Midnight Dissonant is up to. Hard drinking spacer. Tell me about the freighter. Would be good, but not that good. Join your officers for a drink. Okay, so here's America Titan again. Do we want to make it unbreakable? Increases the ship's regen rate by 12 and increase the recovery chance by 30. Yeah, I'll agree to it, so that's fine. Alright, comm directory. Hey, Midnight Dissonant. Any work for me? Secret delivery package. Hey, that's kind of in the direction I was thinking about going anyway. Yes, I will be happy to. And then ask about hegemony security codes. They don't cost very much. I'm going to buy the codes just because that increases reputation. Alright. Ooh, what is my sound here? Alright, you and the big hat. Exchange blueprints. You can trade in all of these blueprints here, so buy. We do know that one. We don't care about that one. And we know that one. So how many points are we getting? 5,600. We currently have a lot of points. And we could get all kinds of blueprints available, like the Spire class battle carrier. Okay, if I need to like save and double check and make sure, because if I click that, I'm hoping there's a confirmation screen. This game is really good about giving confirmed screens, but I don't want to like risk the biscuit and then lose what I just traded in for. So Beta Zara is where our drop off is. That tells me we are going to possibly where's our better gate? We're going to Cassador. Alright. Sounds good. We haven't visited those guys in a while. I'm sure they're having a great time doing their militaristic independent things. And maybe I can sell some of this technology to them and it won't be too much of an issue. Alright, initiate transit. Alright, here we are. And there's another battle cruiser available to us. And it's a big one. It's one of the great houses ones. I feel like we've already taken a look at this. So there are battle cruisers to get, and these will not deteriorate. They are there. But for now, we're just flying through this oddly large star system. Slowly eating our space snacks, our good old space MREs. That's totally how this works, right? Alright. See, that would be the big scary station. So our Remnant yellow system is not as big scary. We actually can't sell this on the black market, so we're actually not gonna do that here. Why is your fuel so expensive? I guess it's not expensive enough, and we have a lot of stuff that we're selling, so this is fine. Alright, let's see what we got. Stupid independence without a black market. Who could think of such audacities here? Alright, so Beta Zara wants me to deliver a data chip with the Knights of Lud meeting logs. surely that means we're going to run into some conflict here, right? Because someone's going to be like, hey, 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 don't you be delivering this. That wouldn't be very nice. Look, the Hivers are invading ORH stuff. But yeah, here's our Remnant fragments. They're everywhere, but fortunately they're friendly and trustworthy and nothing could possibly go wrong. Okie doke. Alright, where's our drop-off? Our drop-off's here. Let's scan. Strangely, the pillars of creation are everywhere out in space. I mean, that's one of the things just about, you only have so many skyboxes, and we have created a lot of extra worlds. There's actually mods for even more skyboxes. That'd be nice, but easiest reputation I'm gonna get from Midnight Dissonant without just dropping off more AI cores. Okay, so if we're gonna go to Epsilon the Spareth, may as well do that. I could press A to autopilot, but this is faster, I guess, because we get to speed up time just a little bit. And uh-oh, somebody's intercepting my fleet. And it is a hostile patrol. Well, this looks like fun. Okay, well, the independent fleet maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear certain of your identity. Any hostilities would be considered hostile. So it has a fury. Some of these ships are really good. Some of my ships could use repairs. Let's accept the comm request. I have a feeling this is the, oh shit, what are you doing here? Alright, the comms link cackles. Greetings, Starfare, Commander Aubrey Lopez. Grimaces rightfully. Bad news, you possess something my superiors desire, and now you must surrender it to me. You realize that he's talking about the dead drop coordinates given to you by Midnight Dissonant. Now, this is going to be easy or hard, he says. Now, we could power up the weapons, or we can hand over the coordinates here. I don't know if handing over the coordinates actually hurts my reputation with Midnight Dissonant. Let's find out. It does. Okay. Well, now we know that for the future. The Remnants still don't like us as much, but like I said, I might have been able to take that on. I probably could have, but we're gonna just, damage is done. We got our money. Maybe one of the dumber things I've done, but it's okay. Not gonna mess with the Orans at this point. And now this is great because you're like, wuss, why don't you take that fight? Why don't you take that fight? I mean, it's a solid suggestion. The thing is that if we die, we die. And I might be able to take it, but I would at least like to be able to, like, move my crew around. And I'm the one with all the D mods right now. I probably need to be using some of this money to, like, restore my ship. We're not docked, so we can't do that right now. But hey, at least the Remnants don't hate us. Maybe Midnight Dissonant understands. Alright. Or maybe I've betrayed my one true friend. I guess that does beg a question. Did we just learn something about Hannah Kesslier by her willingness to capitulate to somebody who's just saying, you know what, give us the coordinates for this, versus the Remnants that are all, we are full up on weapons again, versus the Remnants that supposedly are giving her shelter and protection. It's a thread worth exploring. All right, we've got some shit to sell still, so let's get over there before we accidentally dismantle the outpost. Let's go back over here. I'm gonna rinse and repeat this a few times and see if we can get into maybe some trouble along the way. Like I said, I can get quite a bit of experience if I get into the fight, but we gotta pick the right fights. You can't just fight everybody. After all, if Midnight Dissonant was smart, he'd already have somebody available to like pick up the dead drop, right? It's like, here's the coordinates, but you're too late. But considering I lost the reputation anyway, probably have some insulting words from the AI here. Alright. Let's go back over to Solo Nombre, strangely a gas giant, no? We do have some other shit flying around. We are currently flying towards the pirates, which is never exactly what you want to do. I actually saw a pretty big fleet down there. Kind of makes me wonder who's what. And you're traveling. Okay, I was about to say you shouldn't be trying to do anything with me. But what we're going to do here is pass along some gas and some computers. NVIDIA still existing. Like I said, it's all money. We have so much shit to sell. It doesn't make the biggest deal to me. Okay, so we're pretty good there. All black market trading all the time. Let's actually check the comm directory here. Tell me, base commander, do you have any work for me? Tell me about the bounty docket and what works for me here. We got a big thing up here for 70,000 credits. We could definitely take that one. Let's see what the other target is. That one's over here, 140,000 credits. We definitely cannot take this one. Although it looks good, we're not quite there yet. A tumbleweed and a blockhead, those are both really good ships, and they're backed up by other stuff here. So let's take a look up here. I think it's probably worth my time. We got 120 days to go up here. That's actually near a point. We got destroyers, and frigates. I'll accept that. And unconventional extraction, 140. 150 Marines. Where is this at? A pirate warlord at... Try some post. Let's accept this and see where it goes. Alright. And we didn't actually check the bar, so let's visit the bar. We have the CEO of the Reuters. A concerned woman is wondering about... Oh, I don't want to deliver to the hivers. That's your first mistake. Alright. If we look here at... First off, do we have 150 Marines? We have 105. Dutch Harbor surely has some Marines for sale. You bet they do. Alright. We'll even buy them at full price. So what we're going to do is just regroup here. Let's take this. Let's see what we've accepted first off. We have a pirate bounty up here in Dance. I don't think we have any gates. Oh, we do. This is right near Echo Gate. Fantastic. Okay, so we have been up here already. That's awesome. Then combat extraction. Trace and Post must be a pirate base that's popped up over here. So we're going to have to figure out if we're able to do this. The danger level is extreme. And then we have a derelict Charybdis. Or a derelict, the Comet here, that's just hanging out. We have 5 days left for the survey codes. It's fine. Alright. So let's continue our delivery here, and like I said, we're going to need to keep moving stuff from Epsilon to Spareth, but getting my weapons out of there is going to be a big deal. So we're going to have to do a few more laps, and I'd rather do this on camera just because there's some interesting stuff that can happen while we're doing this, such as run-ins with stuff. We're going to try to get some work from Midnight Dissonant in a little bit as well, but we'll do these contracts first. at least see what's available. Because we have a lot of money. That's a plus. But we also have a lot to kind of build up as well. And that could be an issue here. So, comm directory. It looks like our contact is gone for the time being. We are not transferring this market. We are not granting autonomy. We do have a cool picture, though. We are going to drop off all of our weapons. Like, we don't have pirates chasing after us. And that'll be just as good. Alright. So if we look at our ships one more time, we have all these around. And I guess the question is, do we want to figure out what we're doing with these people with what are my two contracts here? We have the extraction from right nearby. I think that's probably good, and then we should be able to figure out the pirates. Let's go ahead and pop down here. See if the danger's extreme. Well, we know pirates don't like us. Epsilon B Newark. I mean, everybody loves a good trip to Newark. If you've never been, Newark, New Jersey used to be a nicer place. I mean, considering. And then New York the city decided, you know what, we're just going to start dumping everything that smells bad into Newark. And it smells. Alright, is this it? Yeah. So we're going to take it in from the outside here. And this is, considering I smell a conflict coming, I think this is going to be a pretty good time to stop, and we're going to have a little bit more of a shooty episode next time. But I at least want to see if I can locate the base first, because pirates still hate us. Remember, we started in good with the pirates, but we ditched them, and they're inhospitable with us. You know, we may actually be able to pull this off, because they like really hated us for a while, and now they only kind of hate us. But still, if we can't do the extraction without like other stuff here, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. But there we go. We have pirate sensor array, pirates guarding the sensor array, more pirates defending the post here. Yeah. You know, we could probably, with our fleet here, even with our fleet being as small as it is, we could probably actually take this post. And we actually have ruins here that we can explore as well. So that's neat. But we're going to leave this one here. This is Asher with Starsector. Like I said, it's been a little bit of a different episode. I know some of y'all are like, all combat all the time. It's kind of, I think an apt comparison is a movie I saw recently, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I'll be honest with you, that was one of the best movies I've seen in a while. And I think one of the reasons for that is that, unlike a certain other Dungeons & Dragons movie from the aughts, didn't take itself way too seriously. It did have some nice like actiony scenes and stuff, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on here. And I think back to like some of the D&D stuff that I played as well, and I remember the groups that I were in were always more interested in like exploring the towns and exploring the world than, oh boy, we're diving into a cave or a dungeon. So I think that's part of what we're doing here. We're wandering a little bit, we're doing some logistics work, and that's totally fine because Starsector is a living, breathing world. But we're going to have a time soon to point our guns at things, and that time is going to be next episode. So there's a movie plug at the end. So Asher's Movie Reviews, Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. It's good. It's even better seeing it at the tail end of a 2-for-1 show at a drive-in with the Mario movie, which is also a fine movie in of itself, although it is much more of a kid's movie. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Movie suggestions too, apparently, since I've opened those floodgates. I'll see y'all next time.